Oh, darling, spread those wings, open that heart. Babies, let the good times roll. Right here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only on the Hazy Radio Network. Don't you
But baby,
know,
this
babies?
is the
Love
place.
you so.
This is the moment. Because you're all gathered with us here one way or another. That one thing we got clear, man. The hearts here on this Coyote Medicine Show unite here day after day, don't you know? And just stay in that flow for 5 beautiful hours, and then 2 more if you want to go with the repetitious kind of coyote, because it's good too, man. You know, medicine the second time down can take you maybe a little further around, you know. See? Because maybe you got it one way that time, and the next way you get it again. So I encourage you to stay on, you know, after this medicine show concludes about 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is noon on the East Coast, and probably towards evening over there in jolly old England, and middle of the night there in, or early morning, I think, in New Zealand. God, we got them everywhere, guys, tuning in. It's so sweet to be here, you know, all over this world, being able to share this great heart of love that lives in each and every one of us. And to demonstrate it in this way so that then people can be living it. See, it's a gateway thing. We're opening. There's all these metaphors here, you know. I remember seeing the gateway open, and it was all plutonium. But, you know, I see the symbology, you know. Symbology is what was poison is like the gateway to paradise. It ain't poison at all anymore. See, we just have to learn how to be reasonable and responsible and flow with the energy of love. And then the plutonium isn't a bomb anymore. It's the basic, urgent essence of life to recreate itself as the magnificent presence and person that it is. So it can live, you know, like the plutonium does, happily, glittery, glowing, alive with the energy of life. And it was never meant to be destructive. That's the old twist around here in the upside down world, you know, the 180 degrees from the truth thing. That's where the atomic weaponry comes from. And the very ideas behind it, that which creates it in the first place. But see, we've had our darker aspects, and this was a good way to bring them out and also show ourselves a little more of our own miraculous side. Because I'm telling you, the few hearts that shifted here in the beginning of this movement, whenever that was, right now I reckon, but we empowered those beings that are in assistance to us to take a little stronger hand. And so they did indeed neutralize, and they continue to do so, the atomic weaponry here. So, you know, we got all this saber rattling going on, and this promise of World War III, you know, they just keep trying to foment it. But every time it sputters out. Because there's a peaceful, easy feeling like the Eagles sing about. You know, it's a little too slow for right now because we're in a Fat Friday, man. Fat Free Day Friday. Ain't doing that. But anywho, we're on that flow, that magic medicine show that everybody's been waiting for. You know, the revealing of our real essence, our true person, you know, and not just a little cosmic inspiration born of that true person, the way we are birthed into being here. See, it's complete transition. For many, it's like facing a moment of death, because it's the death to everything you've known. Except for maybe the deep feelings, the powerful ways that you've managed to find here, and the real wisdom that comes forth from your heart and soul because of that. See, these are the real things you take with you, and the divine appreciation of all of it. You met a challenge. Not only that, you got through it. Beautifully so. That's the pure poetry, the magic symmetry in the chaotic life. That's the essence, the root of the divine harmony. That's where it begins. Kind of like a kettle drum, a big bass tuba, and a rock and roll fender going boom, you know. It vibrates the earth from end to end, from coast to coast and border to border and tip to stern and top to bottom and all the way about, man. You know, it creates a new vibration. And I got to be honest with you here in this time of revealing that, honest to goodness, you know, about 1958 or so, this is when the cosmic vibration began to switch from the more material-based world to the more ethereal-based world. The one that seems a little mystical to us and a little removed from us, yet we keep having moments where we live in it completely, as physical presences, and not ever separate from it in any way. Don't fool yourself into thinking that you're out there, you know, traveling separate from the body. It's always rooted. You never leave this body. Everything you experience is within your person, yet it comes from about you because you create that experience in this heart way, you see. When I say you, it's all of us. That's why I'm not pointing any fingers or making you out to be something more spectacular than what you are. It's just a living truth that simply every human being, as they awaken, can accept and be. I mean, as the innocent children in beautiful adult form, we are created to be, you see. In that moment of disempowerment, when it seems like there'll be a separation from our reality and we're going on to the great beyond again, you're only fooling yourself. That great beyond is helping you see through the need for birth and death. Because you're always living, why not stay that way? Why not be this being in person? Bring this physicality with you if you may, but be this being in person that you truthfully are, that which is the creative center, the source of all beings, persons, realities that there be. See, we kind of dissolve away all sense of division this way. And there ain't no more of us and them, there's just geez, it's us. You get the metaphor, man, the poetry, the irony, the beautiful wryness of this life, the coyote medicine, the coyote way. It's everywhere, and it's beautiful. I mean, you just have to learn to endure it. See, right now, a lot of people out there with this cosmic expansion are being challenged and challenged greatly. Because this is a letting go, just like death is. Of all that we've known here, a lot that we've held and cherished as dear is going away. A lot. You see, we can't hold on to the illusions of the sleeping heart anymore. So 9 to 5 is out of the way, and so is everything else that goes with it. I mean, it's a complete shift in the way we live and how we express our lives. A complete change in our person as well. As if we go from day to night to day without going through anything. I mean, it just comes back to life. And you start to feel the life inside of yourself far more even than you do in this moment. This is just the beginning. A little key to your heart, the wind beneath your wings, baby. A way to let go, a way to get with the program here and remember who you are and why you've come to this land, this inspirational place that seems so negative at times. The polarities here have shifted greatly, haven't they? Yes, indeed. See, everybody thought it was the Earth shifting polarities, and in some ways it is. It's humanity shifting polarities. That's the reality. As the Earth, as her children, in unity. You see, it's been a gradual process, but this is why things are twisted around in the sky and etc. Because we're stepping out of the old paradigm, babies, and there's the living proof of it all the time, right before your faces, whether you want to see it or not. Doesn't matter. See, my person, mostly I'll resist some, but mostly I just try to go with the flow and be what it is and be what that moment requires of me, you know? But not in the sense that I fulfill requirements, but in the sense that I'm needed where I'm landing and I'm needed doing what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't be doing it, you see? It's living life charmed like it's magic. You know, it's like you got a crystal ball all the time and you see very clearly because of it. The crystal ball being your golden heart. The realization of what that really is. The angelic side of the human presence. See, this is what we're realizing ourselves back into. And as I reminded you before, just so you'll remember, it takes us back to Lemuria. That's the true mothership. That's the true spaceship love. That's the universe we compel ourselves into this one from. You see, that's what we thought fell away from us and so long ago was this place I choose to call Lemuria. And it lives, you know, as we've seen it in the past, separate and apart from this place, in another dimension. The same as the one you pass to when death is your incursion. You come back to life in the true way, the reality, or at least a segment of it, Lemuria. The most beautiful place there could ever be. That's where all of our dead relatives wait for us, you see. And they rise up from inside of us. We nurture and appreciate their divine energy, their contribution to the time of now in our heart. And out of that comes a poetic beauty of reunion that brings us all back together again in physical reality. Lemuria, the land of the dreamers and the keepers of the dream, who not only survived the nightmare aspects of it, made hay while the sun shined, and you ought to see what we did at night, man. This kept building up piles and piles of love till the expansive, uncreative reality had to give up and surrender to its own heart and see that it was love too. By golly. Elmer, I can fly a kite. How about that? Well, me too, babies. We got it on, man. And we're back together inside, you see. That's the magic carpet ride you get every day here in the Coyote Way, especially, and no, babies, I'd say exclusively on a free day Friday, because that's always the freest day of the week, you know. We get to kind of finish off with the energy and just rock our little hearts out and get in the Chevy convertible and drive away here at the end of the show, man. Only we ain't driving no more, we flying. That Chevy grew wings. It's got more than swept wings. It's got swept wings coming out of the doors now. Don't open that thing while you're in flight, but enjoy the ride, okay? Just settle back, relax, glass of champagne's in order. Mimosa if it's still early in the day where you are, man. And of course, a sip of some fine organic coffee, you know, to keep your life underway. Keep your little magic angelic presence out there feeling like it's at play, because we don't want you ever again to feel the drudgery of work. You fulfilled yourself through your term of indentured enslavement in the cycles and seasons we call time. Humanity then, as a general rule, can be considered forgiven of everything and just get on with it, you dummies. Brighten up, in other words, lighten up and be who you are. Take your medicine here in the morning with Grandpa. It's good for you, don't you know? And babies, just ponder and consider this love and energy, this grand flow. And let it take you where you want to go, because guess what? You're already there, so am I, man. I'm waiting for you, baby. And bring you along at the same time and pushing you from behind her, too, man. I like doing that. You know what I do? I just create a cosmic flow. And I sneak up behind you and you feel it. And you start to quicken your pace a little bit, you know. Nothing wrong with that. It's lubrication for the wheels alive. It keeps the journey turning, man, just right. You know, and that way we get out of all the traumas and pains, all the death and loss and suffering we've gone through, all the terrible injuries and heinous illnesses and breakups in relationship. Oh, my God. Was there anybody here who could hold solid life? I mean, the brainwashers were trying to pull us out of our skin in a way by driving us nuts, man. But it didn't work. I mean, it worked in a way, and then it brought us back to a point of resolution where we finally said, enough of this bullshit. We're out of here, baby. You know, where is my mothership? And here she comes. And you find out you already landed on it. You've been there all whole time, man. You just needed to realize it and be it. And then the grander ship, you know, Lemuria, from which this projection exists, you know, of course, draws us back into it. And there is a reunion, completeness, a gathering with the souls you've known through all the generations. And don't be afraid. If you've indulged in skullduggery and, you know, all that nasty sorceress kind of stuff where you know, put curses on people and, you know, savagely annihilate life, stuff like that, ritualistically, don't worry, man. You gotta remember, there's an aspect here you ain't been paying attention to. It lacks reality. When you're in those moments, notice how surreal they are, see? It lacks reality. There's a programmed, cartoonish nature to it. Even our educational instruction has its cartoonish edge. It's so corny. It's so pat. I mean, you know, it's just like in the cartoons you expect certain things to be, and they are, because it's a cartoon. And any one of us can jump up after getting steamrolled and fly off like the thunder beam that we are anytime we want. It's a cartoon. See, it lacks reality. But you know, to live in your empowerment, you do indeed have to let go of this reality. And that's the challenge you're facing in the moment of now. Can you do that? Can you let yourself flow into the next level? There's a part of us wants to cling on to this undivine aspect of the dream and continue to live in it, because God, we've ripened ourselves here. And our soul knows so much joy because of it, even as it agonizes over its current situation and what will be and what will it see and blah, blah, blah. It's learning not to be like that anymore because it already knows. It feels it now. See, it's called the arrival of conscious presence. Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, don't you know? And by golly, a Happy New Year, too. Happening here on what? 11/20. That rhymes with 420, so that's a plenty. I think we'll have a little toke of Mary Jane to help us along the way. Wouldn't you say? I think you all caught on this one, babies. I can feel it happening, man. Mother Earth's embracing us and welcoming us back to her true heart. Our family's home in our heart. They've lived there forever. That's why they come circumspectly in the past to assist us, because we're still united. See, the illusion of separation is the illusion. And now we prove it to ourselves. We live it, because we love it. Okay, here's to you, babies. Salute all the way around. A token of the sacred Mary J. by his papal presence and her papal presence within me right now. Oh, this thing, there goes. I got this cornball lighter that'll shoot sideways as well as straight up. I think it's pretty cool, man, but its electronics are like a little confused at times, you know. It don't have a scratch lighter. It's got a click lighter. I like the scratch ones better. Flick my bick, baby. Won't make you sick. It'll make you slick, eh? Well, I think we flicked a few of those lighters out there this morning, didn't we? Got your lighter and lighter, got your house on fire. Well, that's your heart. Okay, the house is not burning down. Just felt like it there for a minute, didn't it? It was heat wave, baby. That's a love wave, you know. And we just keep expanding them here from here on out, man. We don't stop from 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky. You know, since these gracious mountains around us and the energies and the animals and the birds of the skies, etc., have kind of united with us and agreed to this grand effort of, you know, transformation, you know, returning to our Lemuria of love. Well, then, babies, we can't help but be here and fulfill it right along with all the rest of you, man. See, it's a worldwide thing. It ain't just Prestonia. We get to party down a little hardier here than some folks do, because we deserve it, man. We've been working in the trenches for so long, you know. Bitch and moan, little crybabies. Embrace it. Love it. Let's go. Okay? So says Grandpa here. This beautiful, fat, Free Day Friday here on the Coyote Medicine Show. In your heart and soul, you know. And radiating from hazyradio.com as well. We got it on here, babies. Don't you know?
This could be heaven. This could be heaven.
Nobody can take you away from that. Oh my goodness. Hey, shout out to Robbie. He's shouting out to me over there in the chat room, don't you see? All you others listening in out there on your cell phones and so forth, well, babies, please, when you can, get in the chat room, man. The families are waiting for you there, man. Don't be square, man. Be hip, be real, be cool, man. Get with the family before, you know, you become that fool that thinks it's over. Hey, it's just begun. The rising sun, the only one. The one in your heart, man. And that's it in this reality. Everything else shines because of that, including the sun in the sky. The birds fly and the bees buzz and everything's happy because you're there, cuz. You betcha. We all related. We all my relations. Hell, we in love with it all, man. So much is more than related. It's intimated. It's part of our bloodstream now, babies. This whole earth. Her innards and outards and upwards too, man. All of it, man. This whole environment. It's a complete ball of love, man. It's a great big old spherical thing that just goes on forever, don't it? Yeah. And we're so in love with that life. And it's radiating so pure to us now, even as we rock and roll and share a little dark medicine as well as a little bit of heart and soul. And a whole lot of light too, man. In the lightness we found the way. That's what Santa Claus is here to give you each and every day, Monday through Friday. With my little sack of goodies too, man. You know, no, I don't ride around in a sleigh. I'm on a surfboard these days, man.